My name is Alessandra Sulpy, and I am the artist of this painting right here. So this is Zoe Jansen, and Zoe Jansen is a landlord that I got the story of, and what she did as part of this Lifeline exhibition is she was paying her tenants rent and bringing them groceries and just in general being a good human being during the pandemic when her tenants were suddenly finding themselves unemployed. And so this is a portrait of her wearing her mask, a very timely, zeitgeisty kind of piece. This is acrylic painting. It's acrylic on panel, and I began with traditional acrylic painting, and then I went over that with Golden Brand open acrylics, which have a little bit more working time, but it's acrylic on canvas. Yeah, very much so. I have been on her tenants' end several times. I have found myself in tough situations, even without pandemic circumstances. So what's really inspiring about her story is just this idea of making sure that she's treating other people as we all should, right, like human beings, right? There's this idea of taking care of one another, especially during these kind of really insane times, that is inspiring to just be kind and to look after one another in any given moment, but especially when everything has hit the fan like it has nowadays. It hasn't been too bad. It's definitely been different. I tend to be a little bit of a glass half full kind of person. So there's been some big changes that I never would have thought that I would have done. Like I'm teaching drawing and painting online only, which you would think would be a pretty difficult thing to do, and it is to a degree. But it's been okay because it's kind of been forcing me, as I'm sure it has lots of other creative people, to kind of think about their practice in a different way. So for example, I'm actually working on a series right now that is centered around the Wisconsin Dells. And I've actually never been to the Wisconsin Dells, and I was about to go when all of this hit. So I've been creating work based on a lot of older ephemera and things I could find online, videos, people writing things. There's been a lot more kind of creative input, and what's been interesting about that is it's making me kind of rethink the way that I would approach the work, and I think that it's actually better for it right now. So it's definitely weird and new, but it's also actually pretty exciting, and I'm kind of excited to see where it goes when I finally get to the Dells. Maybe it'll be a disappointment at that point. Right. Yeah, I think that, again, I would absolutely applaud Zoe for what she's doing. And, I think that it's a really important thing to just kind of take care of one another. I've heard nothing but good things about what an awesome person she is, even outside of this one thing that she's done. So I think that, not just with Zoe, but with all of the people in this exhibition that have been portrayed, I'd just like to say, thank them for what their contributions have been. Thank the people who have done the work to contribute the names, and also the artists that have done this. So I think in general, the Rochester Art Center has done a nice thing, kind of putting these two ideas together, and it's a nice thing to come see and kind of have a little bit of goodwill towards one another.